Welcome, everyone. I'm Evan Nelson, E-City, a.k.a. Mr. Cod Dice of the Morning Show. The DA stands for Divine Action. The mission of the Morning Show is to leave the community and the planet better than what we found it. The goal is to capture and enhance and advertise urban experiences working with community leaders, businesses, and corporations. During these events, with our unique live, in-person, never seen or done before impromptu podcast. The Morning Show is also blessed with the capability of airing the show on Like a Vibe Radio, another platform we fully own and control. This gives us the ability to feature and illuminate local artists, businesses, and personalities. Spin the block for YouTube, Facebook, IG, and TikTok, and take a look at the Year in Review 2024. First, I want to thank our biggest believers, those who believed in the Morning Show from the beginning. First of all, I want to thank Carmen C.J. Johnson. Carmen, we know it's been a rough year for you and Damon. We love you guys. We're praying for you guys. We miss Auntie Darlene on the daily. Thank you, Carmen, for believing in the Morning Show. Next, I want to give a thanks to these two ladies, Rashida, Groom Me Baby, and Jamila the Marlin Garrett. Thank you for your unwavering support and behind-the-scenes work for the Morning Show on Like a Vibe Radio. Next, we want to thank our big sister, Margot You Are Everything Jones. You are everything, and everything is you. Thank you, Margot, for believing in the Morning Show. Next, we want to thank our big homie, Anthony Tibbs of Dope Culture. Anthony, keep doing what you're doing in the community. We love you, and we look forward to working with you. Next, we want to give a shout out to our brother from another mother, Money D, Derek Liddell. Thank you, Derek, for believing in the Morning Show. Moving on to our sister, Marvina Thomas Kemp, the GOAT of community basketball. Thank you, Marvina, for believing in the Morning Show. Next, we want to thank our brothers, our big bros, Ishmael Shabazz of Shabazz Palaces, Mr. Cool Like That. We want to thank Kelly K. Cool J. Jefferson of KCDC Trucking. We want to thank Shakundi Salisbury, DJ Con Love, a.k.a. Kunderklaus, B.K.A. Martin Luther Kun. Thank you, Shakundi, for believing in the Morning Show. Next, we want to thank Nikita Mathis of Platinum Plush. Thank you, Nikita, for believing in the Morning Show. Our biggest supporters of the year. We want to give a shout out to Mama McKinney McGee. Thank you, Mom, for believing in the Morning Show. We appreciate all the love and direction that you've given us over the year. Next, we want to thank Minister Auntie Cookie Wicks of the Prayer Circle. We want to thank Auntie Cookie Wicks and the Prayer Circle for believing and praying for heaven's grace and Like a Vibe in the Morning Show. Next, we want to give a shout out to Mother Justice, Harriet Walden. Thank you for believing in the Morning Show. Next, we want to give a shout out to Tundi the Broker Salisbury, the judge on the small infractions court. Tundi, thank you for believing in us and loving your brothers. Next, we want to give a shout out to Bob Woodard, the godfather of the Morning Show. Thank you, Bob, for believing in the Morning Show. Next, we want to get into the events of the year 2024, the Purple and White Alumni Party. Shout out to those who gave interviews. One that stood out for me was Chris Scott. See Scott, don't stop. Thank you, Chris, for coming on the Morning Show. We want to give a shout out to Jay So Real, a.k.a. Rock the Bells Surreal. We want to give a shout out to Ishmael, Mr. Cool Like That, Kelly, Two Scoops Jefferson, and we got to give a shout out to Jan Master Jan, who came on the Morning Show, a.k.a. Poison. Thank you, Colleen McWilliams and Carmen Johnson. And also we want to give a shout out to Michael Ayers for coming on the Morning Show. Then we got into the Juneteenth golf celebration. where I got to meet the godfather of the morning show, Bob Woodard. I learned a lot about golf and the obstacles and the disparities in golf. Then we got to move on to the Demetrius DeBolt Youth Football Camp, where I got to talk to Eddie McMillan and other NFL alumni. Shout out to Darren Wilson, Miles Long, Edgar DeBose, Malik Shabazz, and all of those who interviewed for the morning show. Thank you. We appreciate it. Vibe bingo. It was heavy on the vibe and little on the bingo. We got to talk to DJ Hove and Trinity. We got to talk to our Valley girl, Monica Larry. Shout out to Crystal Daniels, a.k.a. Hat and Boots. We talked to my sister from Anista, Denise Wilson. And we talked to others that day at Vibe Bingo. What a great day. Then we moved on to Action on Jackson, the Moja Fest. It was unity in the community. We talked with Y King the Dream. We talked to Ted Evans, Dr. Emil Petrie. We talked to DJ Chili J, Gerald Bradford, Joyce Walker, DJ Sean Malik. My DJ is 8-9 on mine, and a host of other people in the community. The Emoji Fest was one of our best interviews and best events. Then we moved on to the Bill Wright, where we celebrated the anniversary of Bill Wright's historic public links win in 1959 with the Beacon Hill Council. Then we moved on to the Bulldog Invitational with Money D, Derek Liddell, and Billy Rick. We got to talk to Nate Smalls. I got to talk to my little sister, Shannon Day, Zid3 Washington, Ephraim Howard, Andre Redmond, and many others that day. Then we moved on to the Randall Morris Celebrity Golf Razor Foundation with Too Hard to Handle Randall Morris, where we interviewed Jordan Babineau, Lofo Patupu. We interviewed Eddie McMillan. We reconnected with Eddie. We got to Popcorn with Jim Zorn. We interviewed Thomas Rawls, the drummer from Green Day, and a host of other people. Then we moved on to the Splash Bash, the party of the year, to end the summer. We talked to mixologist Dana Day. Shout out to Dana. We wish you a speedy recovery. We're praying for you. We also talked to Mike Brown. It was his birthday. Shout out to Platinum Mike. We talked to Nikita Mathis of Platinum Plush. We talked to the Poor Boy King, Sean Castillos. We talked to Squeak Nutty Bug. We talked to one of the Parker brothers. Love is dope. Then we talked to Chill Will himself, Mr. Hey Now, Say Now, Hey Now. Funny how all those sayings are coming into a song right now. Way to pop it, Chill. Then we got on to the biggest event of the year, the Bill Wright Golf Course dedication. We talked to Mark Solomon, Lloyd Ladego, Mara Batiola, Mara Lakowski. We got to talk to activist Eddie Wright Jr., Councilwoman Joy Hollingsworth, Brunel's Nose, and others. What a great day it was. What a historic event, live from the driving range to witness a historic change. It was the morning show on Like a Vibe Radio. Working with Money D. Liddell and Billy Rick was a pleasure. Now, let's get into the interviews of the year. One of our biggest interviews was the interview with the original entertainer, Dougie Fresh himself. Mr. Lottie Dottie, we like to party. We talked about love. We talked about community. We talked about generational wealth. We talked about taking care of ourselves. So thank you, Mr. Dougie Fresh. Then we got into Freeway Ricky Ross. Billy Rick went on location, drove to Catfish Corner. Shout out to Jackson Catfish Corner. We're looking for you to come up with another brilliant idea. Billy Rick went and interviewed the real Freeway Ricky Ross. What a great interview that was. Good job, Billy Rick. Then we talked to Diana the Phenom. She's been on the show several times. She has her own drop on Like a Vibe Radio. We invited Zaina to the Bill Wright Golf Course dedication. She knocked it out the park. She just really floored the elders. She did a great job. Zaina, we're looking forward to working with you in the future. Keep doing what you're doing. I believe the children are the future. Yes. And then we talked to my nephew, Chevy Shan, who came off the porch to carry the torch. I want to tell Chevy, we love you. We love your brothers and sisters. Grief has no time limit. Keep healing, keep evolving, keep shining. Then we talked to Joyce Walker of Rejoice Academy. Joyce, we love you. Thank you for loving your community. It's B4L. You know what it is. Then we talked to Malik Shabazz, one of our favorites. He's an inspiration, a motivational speaker, my workout partner. I look back to getting in the gym with you in 2025, Malik. Then we talked to never doing a little, always doing a lot of Miss Carla Baptiste. Carlotta, the 4-time breast cancer survivor, an all-star, a bulldog, and a husky. We thank you, Carla, for coming on the morning show and blessing us with your story of resilience and how to dig in your heels when adversity strikes. Then we want to talk about our best guest of the year. Shout out to our boy with the Thriller offense, Dida Mack, a.k.a. Chocolate Chucky. We love you, bro. Then we going to talk about Ram Bro, a coach, a leader, but don't go into his neighborhood after dark. If you know, you know. Shout out to Ram Bro. Then we want to get a shout out to Dr. Goodlove, Sweet P33, Roger Dimmons. Too Far T, you know he's going to land that plane. Billy Rick, you know it's Cot Dice, but we love you. Then we want to give a shout out to the mayor of Metro, Will Dorsey. Will, thank you for being available for the morning show all the time. Then we want to give a shout out to our bro, Red Gant. Congratulations on winning the youth football championship. Red, you came on the show and you kept us entertained. You kept us laughing. And then we want to talk about Richard McJimson, the womb room. Wow. What a great show that was. We got to have you back on 2025. We want to talk about Chill Will, Mr. Hey Now, Say Now, what are we reaching for? What a gem that was. You know, we knew you was going to popcorn, but we didn't know you was going to give us a lesson in ethics. Thank you, Chill Will, for coming on the morning show. Then we want to give a shout out to Sean Thomas Spinks of Beef Hot Link Corn Dogs Incorporated. Hey, he's in that kitchen. You make me hungry every time I see you cooking on Facebook. I ask you to stop it because I'm trying to lose weight, bro. But keep doing what you're doing. Just make it a little more healthy for those of us that are trying to do better. Then we want to give a shout out to these two gentlemen, the Hood Storians, Mr. Jeremy Freaky Tales Beckwith. It was the, you know, if you know, you know. And our brother, the Black Eldorado, John Elder. These two are Hood Storians. If you need some advice or some a look back into things that happened in the 80s and the 90s, maybe the 70s and 60s for Jeremy, because he'd be popping it back then too. He knows a lot. Those are our Hood Storians. Those are people that I go to when I want to remember things that happen in the community. So thank you, too, for coming on the morning show. Last but not least, we have these two ladies, Annalisa Mitchell and her husband, Darth Vader. And we can't leave out our sister, Couture Good Knees Brown, a.k.a. Petty Wop. Whoa. Thank you guys for all blessing the morning show. Now we're going to get to the best words of the year. And these are some of the words that have stuck, that are pillars, and will never leave the morning show. And so the first one is Cot Dice. Cot Dice is when you are saying cat, or you're saying something that we don't want spoken over our lives. We're going to say Cot Dice. Thank you, Billy Rick, for coming up with Cot Dice. They call me Mr. Cot Dice because I use it more than anybody else. And so thank you. Then we want to thank Terrell Elmore, a.k.a. Too Far T, coming up with the twerk smoke. Someone got bad twerk smoke, meaning he or she or they may have not fully taken care of their hygiene. If you got bad twerk smoke, we might let you know. Next, we want to thank our brother Tunde Salisbury, who will be the judge on the small infractions court. So we got small infraction courts coming to you in 2025. You'll hear the music queued up, boom, 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 boom. You, your name, such and such, have been summoned to the small infractions court on the morning show. And we will, come up with the scenario. And then we get into Jesus dropped the charges. So maybe you came on the small infractions court. Maybe you asked for forgiveness, or maybe you have an apology in your tool belt. And then Jesus will drop the charges. Jesus dropped the charges, case dismissed. Next, we want to talk about DJ Hallelujah. And DJ Hallelujah came up with that name for Billy Rick. He has many hats. He's the resident therapist. He's the DJ. He's the engineer. He's Billy Rick. You can find him in the Love Zone, or you might find him on some of that Rick stuff. But DJ Hallelujah comes from Too Far T telling Billy Rick that we have too much violence on the radio, too much just non-positive things. And so we got into it and we talked about it, and Billy Rick came up with Heaven's Grace. Heaven's Grace, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Sunday mornings. Listen to Heaven's Grace on Like a Vibe Radio. Good job, Too Far T and Billy Rick. Then we came up with What Are We Really Reaching For? Well, actually, we didn't come up with it. Thank you, Chill Will, for dropping that gem on the morning show. That's a word that we use often. What are we reaching for? Are you reaching for something good, or is it a race to the bottom? All right. Then we came up with Pop That Corn. You know we're born to pop corn on the morning show on Like a Vibe Radio. That's what we do. So if you hear Pop That Corn, that means we're encouraging you to go more deep, dive in deeper, give us more, give us an encore. Then we got into tapioca. That's that touchy-feely, Raleigh fingers type person that keeps tapping you or getting close to you during an interview. It's not a bad thing. It's not a diss record. It's a good record. So you might get the tapioca label. Then we want to get into It's Not My Ministry. And so I was on the phone talking to Billy Rick. My wife, Roomy Baby, was on the phone with us. And we had him on speakerphone. He was at the gas station. He was trying to get some gas. And somebody came up and said, Mr. Billy Rick, can you give me some help with some gas money? Billy Rick said, sure. So he goes into the store. He gets his gas, comes out, blesses the brother with some money. And then the brother wants Billy Rick to give him a ride to his car as well. Billy Rick's like, I don't want to make his problems my problems. And that's when Groomy Baby said, that's not my ministry. So yes, we can help people, but we don't have to enable people. So that's what we came up with. That's not my ministry. Then we get into couch time. Couch time. That's when Billy Rick takes off his DJ engineering hat, takes off his multiple hats, his other hats, and then he comes up with couch time. And that's where couch time, we call in as brothers. Everybody stops. E-City stops. Too Far T stops. Billy Rick stops. We just become ourselves, and we might need to come up with a solution or a problem for one another. So couch time is one of the biggest things that happens on the morning show. That's something that we're probably going to bring into 2025 for the community. If you want love, or you maybe want to talk about something that's bothering you, that's really not about anyone else, because forgiveness is really about yourself. And so that's what couch time is about. And we thank you, Billy Rick, for coming up with couch time. Then we want to talk about they didn't mess us up, they woke us up. And so that's where we say, somebody might have tried to sabotage you. Somebody might not be believing in you. Somebody doesn't support you. Somebody doesn't like you. And that's when you say, they didn't mess you up, they woke you up. Then you show up and you stand on your square like we did. And that's how it goes. So that's that saying. And the last saying of the year is, we don't say goodbye. We say clear the line. And that's the end of the show. If you would like the morning show at your personal business event, or you need advertisement or publicity, contact us at www.likeavibe.com. Thank you for tuning in to the morning show. I'm E-City for Billy Rick and Too Far T. Look forward to seeing you in 2025. I'm E-City, Billy Rick in the building.
It's the morning show on Like a Vibe Radio. I'm E-City here with my brother Billy Rick in the building. It's the morning